Protecting the environment is everyone's responsibility. Courtney Sexton, Miss Florida 2016, has made it her mission to educate children about the importance of protecting one of our treasured resources, the Florida Everglades.
Something you might not know, the only place in the world where alligators and crocodiles will coexist, meaning that they'll live in the same environment and habitat, is the Everglades.
We recently caught up with Miss Sexton at Ocala Springs Elementary, where students were able to observe her being a great role model and also seeing firsthand the benefits of volunteering.
Volunteering comes from within. Volunteering comes within our hearts, and it's wanting to give of our time, of our talents, to someone else who needs us in that moment.
And working hard to achieve your goals.
I'm so thankful because this crown to me is not just pretty with stones. To me, it is an opportunity to serve my state, but it is also an opportunity to pay for my school and to continue my education as I get my master's in health administration and in hopes one day run a children's hospital. I do this for the kids. This job 100% is about service and volunteering of my time for an entire year. And not only the school tour with the Everglades, but all that I do is 100% for the kids in hopes that I can inspire maybe just one, but hopefully an entire classroom or an entire school.
Last Friday, the Super Bowl, that's with an O in front of the U, played out at the Marion County School Board meeting room. And although it wasn't the Lombardi Trophy that was awarded, the competition was still fierce. And with a group of super volunteer judges looking on, an MVP was named.
I am very excited to award the new traveling Super Bowl, the first one, to Denise Vitale. You have a whole year to research Pittsburgh-based food. So would you say a few words?
Thank you.
Well, a normal play, it's just kind of someone sitting in the audience, like watching the stage, not really like very interactive, but it's not as completely as interactive as this. With this, we're doing it in theater of the round, where everyone's around us, and they're eating, and they're taking notes on what's going on, and then after the person who dies, all the actors will go to each table, and each table will get to interview the actor, and they answer the questions how they see fit, and then they vote on who the murderer is. And whatever table gets it right will get a prize or something. And then, so this is completely interactive.
If you like a good murder mystery, you will enjoy Hillbilly Horrors, presented by Vanguard High School. Preparations are underway for the February 10th and 11th shows.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Nothing.
That's almost as suspicious as Billy going out to that club every other night and coming home with extra money. I think he's got a side business going on.
Showtime is 7 p.m. at the Vanguard High School Knights Union. To reserve or purchase your tickets, visit vhs-players.com.
Kindergarten is my passion. I love the babies. I love being the one to make their first impression on school, and I want to make school fun and enjoyable as well as learning. I want them to be excited to come to school every day. I want them to love me, know me. When they call me mom, I know they're comfortable with me. When they go home, sometimes I tell their parents that, what do you do all day? We played. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. We do play a lot. As you saw, the kids are under tables, but they're still learning while they're having fun. It's fun to get under the table, right? Who doesn't want to get under a table? Who doesn't want to go sit in a saddle and read? Who doesn't want to put on sunglasses and go around the room and find words that begin with the letter E? And they were finding words that start with the short sound of E and the long sound of E. And then I also saw them writing kids' names, and they were starting with the capital E. So they're getting all the concepts, but while they're having fun. I save the saddles for reading with me, or when we're doing any kind of small group, is their turn to get to sit in the saddle. And it just makes it more exciting. And Saddle Up and Read, you can see around the classroom I have the theme, and they know that I love horses. They know that that's our theme. They know when I say saddle up and read, that group goes and saddles up. I'm so happy that my staff believed in me and voted for me. 4 years ago, I was Teacher of the Year at N.H. Jones, and I got to the observation phase, and I wasn't awarded Golden Apple. 4 years ago, I had all 6 observers came during the same time. They all came during math time. One of those times, 3 of them came together, and I was doing a standardized test that I had to do at that time. and it just so happened they walked in and I couldn't alter it. And so 3 of the 6 saw giving a math test, which wasn't very exciting. This time they got to see, they all came at different times actually. So somebody saw me math, somebody saw reading, somebody saw writing. So yeah, they all saw different things. I'm just so happy that they believed in me again and did it. And so the writing of the essays was easy because it's things that we know and love and can do well. The interview was fun, I'd say. We had a good time in the interview. The observations, you know, you're always hoping they come at just that right time, but in kindergarten, you never know what you're going to get at whatever time you come. So it was fun, I'd say. Being presented the golden apple was the most fun.
Is this the real golden apple?
The real golden apple. Teaching, you have to go the extra mile. Like, I want the kids to like me. I want the parents to like me. If they didn't like me, I'd be doing something wrong. If I wasn't staying till after 3, I feel like I wouldn't be getting to do all the extra fun stuff. Of course, you can leave at 3 o'clock, but I feel like walking out the door at 3 is like closing the book before you're done. You got to go that extra step.
In 1782, General George Washington established the Badge of Military Merit. This honor was bestowed upon 3 known recipients and then almost completely forgotten for 150 years. In 1932, on the bicentennial of George Washington's birth, General Douglas MacArthur, in honor of General Washington, created what we know today as the Purple Heart. Over the years, there have been approximately 1.8 million recipients, and it is estimated there are approximately 500,000 who are currently still living. Marion County Public Schools has chosen to honor these heroic individuals by providing designated parking spaces at certain schools and district offices.
Well, before I came into this position as superintendent, I was a professor at the College of Central Florida, and I had interns, student teaching interns, who were in Citrus County. And when I would go to visit them in Citrus County, I would see these parking spots there, and I was so inspired because it is such a small gesture and it means so much. So right after the election, one of the first calls I made was to Ms. McGuire, our liaison for our veterans, and I said, here's my idea, can we make it happen? And as Ms. McGuire does, of course, she said, and because of her, this has happened.
Marion County, by having the Purple Heart parking, that really shows that even the school district cares about our veterans, and they want to pass it to the children that, you know, our students, that, you know, the veterans we do care, because each family has someone that served.
Currently, there are 2 designated spaces, one at the main office and one at Hammett Bowen Jr. Elementary School.
As we have sponsors, like the mayor is sponsoring quite a few, we have interest at more schools from our Veterans Council, and we will be rolling them out school by school.
The reserved spaces are reminders to students and parents alike of the sacrifices made by the veterans of our community and nation who served in order to ensure freedom and liberty for those who come after.
Well, this is more than just a sign. It's a teachable moment. Every morning, it's a teachable moment to our students that it is because of veterans. It is because of people who were given this award, people who have joined the military and who have fought for our freedom, that we are able to come to school every day, that boys and girls can come to school together, that all of us can learn together and learn about the greatness that makes the United States of America, because we live in the greatest country on the planet, and our children need to know that.